This is the Paris no one films. Long before the first tourist camera shutter clicks, before the grand museums swing open their heavy doors, the city exists in a state of quiet grace. Here, the cobblestone streets are not crowded pathways, but empty, glistening canvases. They reflect the soft, pearlescent glow of the pre-dawn sky, a light that holds its breath before the sun's arrival. The air is cool and still, carrying only the faintest whisper of the night that has just passed. The grand boulevards, usually thrumming with the relentless pulse of traffic and conversation, are silent. This is a private moment, a city communing with itself before it must put on its public face for the world. The familiar landmarks stand as dark, sleeping giants against the slowly lightening horizon. The Eiffel Tower is a skeletal silhouette, its nightly sparkle extinguished, waiting patiently for the day to reclaim its form. The Louvre Pyramid is a shard of glass reflecting the deep indigo of the fading night, its secrets held within its quiet geometric form. The sounds are few and far between. A distant siren, a lone set of footsteps echoing with surprising clarity. The gentle rustle of leaves in the Tuileries garden. This is not the Paris of postcards, not the city of grand romance and dramatic history. It is a more intimate, more vulnerable version of itself, seen only by those who rise with it. In this hushed world, the city's true architecture reveals itself. The intricate ironwork of a balcony, the carved face of a stone cherub above a doorway, the subtle curve of a rooftop against the pale sky. These are the elements that give Paris its soul, the quiet artistry that underpins its grand reputation. The air itself has a unique quality, a clean, crisp scent mixed with the dampness of stone and the faint, earthy smell of the river. It is a fragrance of rest and renewal, a sensory promise of the day that is about to begin, untouched by the exhaust and perfume that will soon fill it. The silence is not an emptiness, but a presence. It is a gentle blanket that covers the city, allowing one to hear its most subtle rhythms. You can almost feel the collective inhale of millions of sleepers, a vast, unconscious breath before the city stirs into motion. This is a time for observation, for simply being. It is a rare opportunity to witness a metropolis in its natural state, unadorned and authentic. The great machine of urban life is momentarily switched off, and in its place, a quiet, organic entity breathes softly in the twilight. This is the Paris that belongs to itself, a city at peace, before the day demands its energy and its performance begins anew. Silence. The city waits. Away from the river, in a neighborhood square, another kind of awakening is taking place. Here, the street market is being born. The process begins with the arrival of trucks, their engines rumbling, headlights cutting through the pre-dawn mist. Men, women, wrapped in warm layers, begin to unload their wares with an efficient, practiced choreography. The clatter of metal poles being fitted together to form stalls, the thump of heavy crates hitting the pavement, the low murmur of instructions being called out. These are the sounds of creation. A temporary village is being constructed, a place of commerce and community that will exist for only a day. The first colors of the market begin to appear. A vendor carefully stacks a pyramid of bright, glossy apples, each one polished to a high shine. Another arranges heads of lettuce, their leaves still jeweled with drops of water, into a vibrant green mound. Crates of oranges and lemons release a sharp, citrus scent into the air, a clean and invigorating fragrance that cuts through the morning chill. The produce is a testament to the fertility of the land that surrounds the great city. It is a direct link between the urban consumer and the rural producer, a connection that is often forgotten in modern life. More vendors arrive, each adding their own unique element to the growing tapestry. A cheesemonger unwraps huge wheels of cheese, their pungent, earthy aromas filling the space around his stall. There is the sharp scent of Roquefort, the nutty fragrance of Comté, the creamy mildness of Brie. A butcher hangs sausages and cured meats, their smoky, savory smells adding another layer. A woman sets out jars of honey, their amber and gold liquids glowing in the strengthening light. Each stall is a small world of its own. Order emerges as awnings unfurl, prices are hung, and displays are set. As the first rays of the actual sun begin to touch the highest rooftops, another essential Parisian ritual begins, the opening of the café. The street is empty. The café waits in that fragile gold light. The waiter, clad in a traditional long white apron, appears with a clatter of keys. He unlocks the glass doors and begins the process of waking the establishment. He moves with an economy of motion that speaks of years of repetition. The first task is to set out the small, round tables and wicker chairs on the pavement outside. Their metal legs scrape against the stone, a sound that is as quintessentially Parisian as the accordion. Each chair is placed just so, angled to watch the world go by. Inside, the espresso machine is coaxed to life. It lets out a great sigh of hissing steam, a metallic dragon clearing its throat. The rich aroma of coffee begins to fill the space. The dark scent spreads, and that slightly bitter edge that wakes you up. This is the fuel that will power the city. The waiter grinds the beans, the whirring sound a high-pitched call to action. He polishes glasses behind the zinc bar until they gleam, and stacks fresh croissants, delivered moments ago from the baker, in a wicker basket. The cafe is being transformed from a dark, silent room into a welcoming haven. The first customers are not tourists, but locals. A man in a suit on his way to the office stands at the bar for a quick cafe express. He downs it in 2 sharp gulps, then nods to the waiter and disappears back into the street. As the sun climbs higher, the distinct sounds and scents of the early morning begin to merge into a more complex symphony. The baker's bread, the florist's blooms, the market's produce, the cafe's coffee now blend into a single, vibrant urban atmosphere. The slow, deliberate rhythms of the pre-dawn hours are quickening. The scraping of the cafe chairs, the rustle of the sweeper's broom, the clatter of the market stalls are now joined by the growing hum of traffic, the chime of a church bell marking the hour, and the rising murmur of human voices. The city's gentle heartbeat is growing stronger, more insistent. The solitary figures of the dawn, the baker, the florist, the jogger, the sweeper, are now joined by crowds. The streets are no longer empty canvases, but flowing rivers of people. The private, intimate city has receded, replaced by the public, bustling metropolis. The quiet moments of observation give way to the demands of navigation and interaction. Yet, the foundations laid in those dark, quiet hours remain. The fresh bread is on the shelf, the beautiful flowers are in the vase, the market stalls are laden with food, and the streets are clean. The day's comfort and beauty were secured long before most people opened their eyes. This transition from stillness to energy is a daily miracle of urban life.